We have actually in Georgia two main big problems. First one is that I'm from Georgia and my country is occupied by Russia. And this is a thing which we cannot discuss today, we cannot do in this time. But another big problem, what we have in my country is a corruption. And this corruption, unfortunately, increasing last 5 years, but still it was a high level in the former government. And I want you don't make that former means a Saakashvili. In Saakashvili time, there was a decrease in corruption, but still was a high level of the corruption in elite level. I mean, the ministers, prime ministers, etc. Now its whole vertical is corrupted. Why I'm saying this? Because all the parameters regarding the state procurement are decreasing. What indicates the corruption level in the state procurements? Recommendation number 1 in 15, it's a decrease volume of direct contracting. This is a main figure which is indicate how open and transparent is state procurement. So this number last 3 years is increasing. For example, 2014 it was 32% of the whole volume of procurement. In 2015 it was 33%. And last year, after you giving this recommendation, it's increasing. Now it's 37% of the whole procurement, whole state procurement. Another thing is the many contracts was sent to the contracts under the top secrets. For example, very how it say nice, good or bad example, but can you say me even one country where the prisoners in the jail, the contract for services, feeding of the prisoners is under the top secrets? Last 15 years, never it happened. In the last years, the prisoners feeding was sent to under the top secrets contract. Why? Because the companies which is lobbied by the government and which has a contract last 5 years was not participate in the bidding, and another company win. And what was the action from the Ministry of the Probation was that they canceled the open bidding process in the middle, sent this contract to the top secrets, and they gave contracted that one which was has a contract the last 5 years. Another third one is the governments and many ministers hiding the contract and not sending it to the state procurement agency, and we cannot see the simplified contracts. For example, Ministry of Internal Affairs hiding the contracts, Ministry of the State Security Services, like KGB, you remember Soviet Union, like KGB, hiding the contracts. And the plus, we have examples that head of the State Security Services, Mr. Gomelauri's relative, receives the contracts, new open company, receives the contract to feeding the prisoners. And he received the contracts already $1 million approximately. We did the presentation in TV in Georgia, and now prosecutor office opened the this crime start to investigation. But how you think how it will be successful when they participate the state security head of Georgia? So the problems are not only increasing the simplification of the number of the simplifications of contracts, even in the bidding process, more than 50% of the cases, there are only one participant, and the discount in the bidding process is zero. The most of the cases, the big bidding process are specifications, and the timing is conducted like this, that only one company can participate. And in many cases we have, for example, the Tbilisi's mayor announced a bid, and the company was established after the 1 month when the bid was announced. And this company wins this contract. There is a 2,800,000 lari. So the main problem here is that state procurement agency, our opinion is, which is all the regulations, which has a department of the monitoring all the process, not doing this monitoring, and the plus state procurement agency became as a one agency who is approving, let's say, all the contracts. Plus, there is one very dangerous article in the state procurement law. This is Article 10, Prime 3D. I'd like to thank you very much. Special thanks to Evgeny. We just met here, and I'm very glad that such a high professional guy is doing the procurement and makes the monitoring to our country. I myself, I spent in procurement more than 12 years in World Bank projects, and I know exactly what I'm saying. So the two main problems is the first. The state law in procurement is such that it seems that everything is under the law, but still there is a high risk corruption is in our country. So one example, the 90% all of the simplified contracts are giving the no objection from the government using the one article in this state procurement law. This article is, as I said, 10 prime 3D. This article is saying that government and state procurement agency can give no objection to the purchasing entity, ministers, etc., if this contract, this service is state importance. And all. That's all. So, what is a state importance? Everything you can consider at a state importance. Through rehabilitation of schools, rehabilitations of the hospitals, rehabilitations of roads, So we ask, I understand that here not a place and time to change the recommendation, but maybe somehow I ask Evgeny and you, Secretariat, to issue not maybe recommendation, but some willingness that this article or cancel at all or make more clear. Because, I repeat, 90% of the simplified procurement are using this article. And it's very corrupted, dangerous articles. And last, I understand the methodology is from 7 recommendation, 3 recommendation is done. So in generally, we think that something done and there is a progress. Please, Georgia is a very small country. We are only 3.5 million. In capital city living, 1.5 million. All knows each other. All knows what is the situation regarding this corruption. If we put here that some progress is done, people don't understand that. There is a two option, what I suggested. First is, put that have made the progress, but saying that still we have a problems and blah, blah, blah. Yeah? And another way, not progress, but government still trying to improve situation and do something. I suggested the first one. Thank you very much for your patience.
Thank you very much.